Welcome once again to Cooking Without Looking, the show where we use absolutely no natural ingredients whatsoever and still make something you guys can choke down. Filling in for the inconveniently food-poisoned Chuck Flagon, these guys.
Thank you, and welcome to the show.
What are we making this time, Sam?
Today we're baking a cake. Let's visit our rack of ingredients and add flavoring to the flavoring pail.
I'm pretty sure that's a pot, Sam.
Max, let's leave the cooking to me and the eating to you. A fistful of squid tentacles.
Ooh, that's my favorite Western.
A pinch or two of wombat secretions.
Make sure they're lightly damp to the touch. The wombats, not the secretions.
A handful or two of buffalo chips.
You really can't add too many buffalo chips.
You want to use the sulfuric acid sparingly. It can easily overwhelm the other ingredients.
And your taste buds, and your esophagus.
Of course, you're going to want a few dashes of hair gel.
Don't worry, bachelors. As long as you use it only for cooking, no one will think you less of a man.
Every chef has a signature ingredient that no one has ever heard of or used. Mine's MSG.
If you put in enough that you feel a burning sensation in the back of the neck, forearms, and chest, you're just about there.
Can we say enough about roofing tile shards?
Obviously, we can.
A dash of pink mink oil is a must.
Nothing says, I last ate real food in the 80s like the inclusion of something pink.
Of course, it wouldn't be real bachelor cooking without tweed.
Bachelors, here's a tip. Tweed isn't just for cooking. It also makes a great toupee.
No more than a dash of uranium pellets.
They also go great in Chex Mix.
You'll want to crush up some dried dingo kidneys.
Come on, bachelors. You know you have them. Look under the sofa cushions.
Of course, who could forget the asbestos sprinkles?
This stuff isn't just for school lunches. Real kitchens use it too.
Don't skimp on the lard.
That's right. If you take the lard out of lardass, all you have is ass.
Well said, Max. Every meal has to include some of the standards, like monk paste.
Don't forget that saying. Monk paste for the taste, Pope vest for the zest.
Make sure to include red dye number 2.
If there's not at least some possibility of malignant tumors, it's not real bachelor cooking. Now, do we broil it, Sam?
Right you are, little buddy. Into the oven it goes. And, through the magic of TV cooking show time, one gorgeous, delicious cake, ready to be binged upon or shared amongst friends.
Oh boy, let's take it with us.
It looks like candy, but I'm pretty sure it's fish tank gravel again.
I've had worse.
It's Sam and Max. I saw you on the telly.
How do you watch TV from in there?
Oh, I've got monitors you don't even know about.
We want to buy something.
Quite so.
We come bearing 1 million American dollars.
Now hand over the voice modulator.
Blimey, food stamps? Well, I suppose I must accept them. Balderdash government conspiracy. It's hogwash. Complete card swallow. Here then is your chemical-based voice modulator.
This is a helium balloon strapped to an inhaler.
But it works. Trust me. Trust me.
Holy chipmunk, Ari is warbling out of a souped-up 78-speed turntable. It works.
Thanks, Bosco.
A little ketchup is always good on a cake. I smell crime.
I think that's grime.
Let's go.
Okay.
Spin the Bottle Championship is coming up.
I like when they do the sudden death round with the Molotov cocktails.
Feel like taking in some pro wrestling?
I think I've seen that one.
We should go to Switzerland sometime, Max.
Nah, they always jip you on the cheese. It's like half air.
Hey, it's the Indie Angst Film Festival.
What do they do? Show that second movie over and over again?
Sam! Max! How nice to see you! I don't suppose you have any candid photos of little green men feeling frisky, do you?
Huh?
It's my new career! I'm a tabloid publisher specializing in the thoughtful analysis of groundbreaking news of interest to myself and others like me.
What's it called?
The Alien Love Triangle Times.
So you're a publisher now? What happened to psychotherapy?
I've always had a fascination with the suppressed and the sensual, and for telling people too much about both. Publishing the Alien Love Triangle Times is a logical extension of all my previous careers. Except maybe Vatican spokesperson.
Are you doing any psychotherapy on the side?
Only on space aliens.
I guess that narrows your clientele quite a bit.
No, not really.
How about a quick analysis, for old time's sake?
Oh, all right. Think of a number between 1 and 4.
3.5.
Sounds like inverse paranoia to me.
What don't you mean by that?
I thought so.
What was it you said about a photo?
My new tabloid, the Alien Love Triangle Times, needs a cover photo of an extraterrestrial biological entity, or alien as the unwashed masses calls them, caught getting cozy with some of the locals.
Sybil, I'd like the record to show that although I support you as a friend, your latest project makes my skin decidedly crawly.
Me too, and I like it.
There's nothing like good, hard-nosed journalism.
You said it. It's time to find out the real answers to the real questions.
Like what did those poor cattle do to deserve that?
No. What do aliens do for romance? Do they love? How do they get their otherworldly thrills?
By playing slots in Keno? That'd explain why they're always seen in Nevada.
Have you learned anything interesting since you started this, magazine?
I learned why Elvis had such an otherworldly voice.
Elvis was not an alien.
Sure he was. He just wore makeup to cover his emerald green skin.
Frankly, Sybil, this project is disturbing, as well as distressingly intimate.
Like seeing Stephen King getting a hot butter massage.
Oh, you saw last week's issue.
Is anybody else an alien that we might not know about?
Dr. Phil.
Well, that goes without saying. Is anybody else an alien that we might not know about?
Yes.
We'll be back.
Keep watching the supplies. Sam, this is perfect. This photo is a capstone. It succinctly summarizes over 30 years of extraterrestrial-related photographic evidence.
Sybil, that photo is a hoax.
Exactly. I couldn't have asked for better. Now I can print the paper. Available at newsstands now.
This appears to be some sort of reproductive device.
It's a mimeograph. I use it to print my tabloid.
She's got a story here about two hygienists from Walla Walla and an amorphous Saturnian slime mold.
Is that the one where they walk into a bar at the beginning?
Laundromat. But you're close.
Impressive credentials.
Thank you.
Where's Diploma Mill College?
It's in Battle Creek.
Very reassuring. Is this the kind with aloe in the sheets for extra softness?
Chloroform, actually. Some of my therapy patients used to get a little rowdy.
Nothing useful in here. We're famous.
Hooray! Can we begin misbehaving now?
Begin?
Where are we going, Sam?
The TV studio.
Goody!
Happy birthday.
Oh boy! Birthday cake! That red frosting looks tasty. Excuse me. Boy, that was really... really... Uh-oh. Time out for number 2!
What the? Darn it! He'd better not be going to see Myra. Well, anyway, we can't wait. We'll just have to finish the show with only 2 judges. Whatever you guys agree on goes.
Vote for me!
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our next contestant, Sam.
Hello. I'd like to do a little song I call... Just like someone else's song, only somehow better. Chomping on a crunchy silver spoon. Thinking about the rings on the great raccoon. Road to someday, bits of me are strewn.
And let's hear from our judges.
I admire your courage even more than your singing. You've still got my vote.
Thanks, little buddy.
Nice, but I'd like to see some technical proficiency. Hitting a high note, for example. As it stands, Peepers still has my vote.
Remember, folks, on Embarrassing Idol, the decision of the judges must be unanimous. Stay tuned for more exciting action after this.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our next contestant, Sam.
Hello. I'd like to do a little song I call Just Like Someone Else's Song, Only Somehow Better. Chomping on a crunchy silver spoon.
Playing cocktail angst on my bassoon. Blowing like a zephyr on a dune.
And let's hear from our judges.
Your moribund crooning is far less offensive than Peeper's excruciating slaughterhouse squalor.
Thanks.
You really nailed that high note. Whoa! And you're less sloppy than my brother is. You've got my vote. Hey!
All of the remaining judges have agreed. We have a winner.
No!
Congratulations, Sam. Here's your recording contract.
Bin Bottom Records. It's like a dream come true.
Specs, I'll get you for this if it's the last thing I do. Right after I get back from Mount Rushmore.
Rushmore? I'd better go after him.
I just remembered. I have to feed my goldfish.
Are we still taping?
Be sure to join us next time on Embarrassing Idol.
Yes? Oh, you two again. Well, what is it? You've got the length of one commercial break to explain yourselves.
Remind me what your requirements are for guests on your show?
Of course, dear. I'll need to see your recording contract, a clip from your TV show, and some evidence of a juicy scandal.
What if we have our own video game?
Video games? Ugh, those things will ruin your eyes. They're awful.
Actually, we grace the cover of the current edition of the Alien Love Triangle Times. How's that for a scandal?
My, your posture is terrible. Still, if you get a recording contract, I'll have you on the show.
I'm so elated I can almost block out the pain of such dismissive scrutiny. We do have a recording contract. Bin Bottom Records. Take a look. You'll have us on your show now, yes?
Oh, I suppose so. If only because I have an upcoming bossy tirade prepared about the proliferation of talentless, no-name recording artists.
Yay!
Naturally, I will expect you to be on your best behavior and agree with everything I say and answer every question I have and don't interrupt and keep your elbows off the table and use your indoor voice.
What about...
While you're on my show, you stay in your seats at all times. You do not interrupt me when I'm talking and you treat the audience with the utmost respect, even if you become less sure with each passing year that they deserve it. Now, I'll call you on stage in a minute.
Gosh, Max. Celebrity is just a never-ending set of arbitrary goals one accomplishes to appease a dismissive and distracted, if not entirely absent, authority figure.
I don't know if I agree, Sam, but I've begun my decadent slide into a depraved personal hell just in case.
Give her a hand, everyone! Bessie Bovine reading from her new book, The Heart Has Four Stomachs, Ruminations on a Life in Hollywood, out now in all major bookstores. This microphone is starting to spark from overuse, but that doesn't mean we're ready to pack it in. We've got the stars of the not-quite-canceled sitcom Midtown Cowboys, who also happen to be the winner and judge of TV's Embarrassing Idol. Ladies and gentlemen, Sam and Mac.
Hold the hayride, little pal. That bear seems more than slightly hinky, in the mesmeric sense of the term.
Shadier than a fat man's ankles.
Let's take it down like ducks in a gutter.
Hold it! My guests sit at that end.
But that bear has got you...
Sit!
We'll just sit where you want us to, ma'am.
Lovely.
What gives, Sam? Why can't we just grab the bear?
It would appear that the laws of physics are different on the set of a talk show, little buddy. We're gonna have to play along.
Sam and Max, you're talented, hot new celebrities who've taken the entertainment world by storm. So naturally, we all want to hear everything about your involvement in the scandal detailed in the Alien Love Triangle Times.
There's something you should know about that picture in the Times.
I'm not sure I want to know anything more. Maybe you big Hollywood types thinks it's funny to flaunt your polyplanetary pickups, but the rest of us find alien love triangles frankly disgusting.
But the photo is not quite what it seems.
How so?
It's not a picture of an alien at all. That's Hugh Bliss.
Hugh Bliss? The highly respected founder of Prismatology? Don't be ridiculous. Why, I've had him on my show before, and he certainly isn't green. What are you really hiding?
How much I'm scared of being buffeted by another gust of Hurricane Myra?
Flattery will get you nowhere, mister. I don't know about you, audience, but as a girl, I was taught that flattery was the worst possible way to blah, 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 yak, yak, yak. Blah, 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 yak, 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 blah, blah, blah.
I'm not touching that thing. I'd probably get shocked.
Blah, 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 blah.
May I have a drink of water?
Are you the host of this talk show?
No.
Then no. Blah, 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 blah,
Humanity's not safe while that mysterious little hypno-bear is on the loose.
Are we part of humanity, Sam?
Not technically, but we're in danger too.
Blah, 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 yak, yak.
Can't we sit over there?
You'll sit where you are and like it, mister.
Yes, ma'am.
Blah, 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 yak, 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 bloody, 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 yakety, 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 yakety. Ah, yes. Where were we? I think we were discussing the alien love triangle times and that nasty, scandalous affair of yours.
There's more you should know about that picture in the Times.
What's that?
It doesn't tell the whole story. There's someone else involved. Someone the picture doesn't show.
How shocking. Who?
Philo Pennyworth.
As I'm sure most of you know, Philo Pennyworth is the actor who plays Mr. Featherly on Midtown Cowboys. And we happen to have him backstage. Let's bring him out. Philo, give us your side. Is it true?
Myra, please, of course not. I'm a veteran of the British stage. I'd never be caught cavorting with a dog, a rabbit, and an alien. It's so 1997.
Yikes!
I doubt we'll hear a more terrifying denial.
This year, anyone who is anyone is all about birds of prey, ring-tailed lemurs, and Bigfoot. No one will ever take you seriously at the Globe Theatre otherwise.
And there you have it. I'm so shocked, I'm going to talk for at least the next 5 minutes about blah, 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 yak, yak, yak. Blah, 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 yak. Ah, yes. Where were we? I think we were discussing the alien love triangle times and that nasty, scandalous affair of yours.
I'd like to talk about that charming yet mildly insidious-looking bear on your desk. Can I see it?
I don't know, Sam. Can you?
May I see it, please?
No, you may not. And if I may say so, if there's one thing that grills my chicken, it's how our culture is in a state of modal decay. Can is not the same as may. Should is not the same as blah, blah, blah. Yak, blah, 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 blue, blue, blue.
Hopefully she'll be off on her tri-state nagging spree for a while.
Blah, 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 yak, 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 bloody, 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 blah. Ah, yes. Where were we? I think we were discussing the alien love triangle times and that nasty, scandalous affair of yours.
I'd rather talk about our smash hit sitcom, Midtown Cowboys.
Okay, let's talk. You two have become the new breakout stars of a flaccid, dissolute sitcom in its final days. How wonderful for you.
Thanks, we brought a clip.
You certainly did. I had a chance to watch it, and I refused to show it to my audience. It has a shocking joke involving a cow pie. It's a sad commentary on today's culture when the cow pie, once a staple of the American diet, blah, 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 yak, 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 yak.
I see why Myra only lets big stars on her show.
They're easier targets?
If you're big enough, there still might be something left when she's finished.
Blah, 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 yak. Ah, yes. Where were we? I think we were discussing the alien love triangle times and that nasty, scandalous affair of yours.
There's more you should know about that picture in the Times.
What's that?
There are still others involved.
Incredible! Who?
Bessie Bovine, our co-star on Midtown Cowboys.
Oh my! Audience, shall we bring her back out again? Well, Bessie, what do you say to these allegations? Is that so? Bessie, shockingly, you're the only voice of common sense in Hollywood. You are to be commended. Why don't you relax with some sweet grass backstage while I browbeat my audience into blah blah blah, yak yak yak? Blah 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 blah, yak yak. Ah, yes. Where were we? I think we were discussing the alien love triangle times and that nasty, scandalous affair of yours.
There's more you should know about that picture in the Times.
What's that?
It doesn't tell the whole story. There's someone else involved. Someone the picture doesn't show.
You're joking. Who?
One of the soda poppers.
Oh, my. Which one?
Peepers.
Really? Well, by amazing coincidence, we happen to have Peepers backstage right now. Let's bring him out.
It's not true, Wall. All that happened was they snatched my lyrics.
I can't even imagine what horrifying act that's slang for. How are any of us supposed to listen to Burt Bacharach being interviewed without blah blah blah, yak yak yak? Blah 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 blah. Ah, yes. Where were we? I think we were discussing the alien love triangle times and that nasty, scandalous affair of yours.
I'd like to talk about me.
I prefer my guests' naked egos to be just a little less naked, dear.
Oh, absolutely, Myra. That's exactly what Reese Butterfingers told me when sniping river rats at Cannes. She thought I had the cool-eyed aim of a professional.
Are you sure you wouldn't rather talk about your alien love triangle shenanigans?
I'd like to talk about myself.
And a project you're working on, perhaps?
You said it, Myra. I am an ongoing project, like a golden calf or a graven image. I'll only rest once people are sacrificing their firstborn unto me. Also, I'd like to direct.
Fame went to your head quickly, dear.
It's a short trip.
Are you sure you wouldn't rather talk about your alien love triangle shenanigans?
I'd like to mention my pal Sam and something that happened the other day.
Anecdotes about other celebrities, even ones as dubious as you two, are always welcome.
Well, I was battering this purse snatcher with a broken parking meter and screaming, "Die! Why won't you die?" And Sam said, "You crack me up, little buddy."
The point being?
I crack Sam up.
Are you sure you wouldn't rather talk about your alien love triangle shenanigans?
Let's talk about you, Myra.
Me? What could anyone want to know about me?
Maybe they'd like to know how honored you are to have me, Max, brilliant actor and acerbic wit, on your show.
Are you sure you wouldn't rather talk about your alien love triangle shenanigans?
There's more you should know about that picture in the Times.
What's that?
There are still others involved.
How shocking. Who?
One of the soda poppers.
Oh, my. Which one?
Specs.
Oh, my goodness. Well, audience, we just happen to have him backstage. Specs, come on out here.
What are they about? The thing and I the instead of my brother. And to be honest, I regret it.
You mean you wish you'd your own brother?
Yes, I do. At least he doesn't.
I am appalled. What kind of... Why, in all my years, I never blah, 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 yak, yak, yak. Blah, 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 blah. Ah, yes. Where were we? I think we were discussing the alien love triangle times and that nasty, scandalous affair of yours.
There's more.
What's that?
It doesn't...
Incredible.
One of the soda poppers.
Oh, my. Which one?
Whizzer.
Well, That's certainly an interesting accusation. We happen to have Whizzer waiting backstage. Let's bring him out.
I have no what they... All that happened was they gave me a ketchup cake.
Oh my... I have no idea what that even means, and it may be the single filthiest thing anyone said in my presence.
I might be able to top it if you give me a chance.
I prefer that you didn't. In fact, our country's shocking fascination with the double entendre is wrecking blah blah blah, yak yak yak. Blah 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 blah, yak 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 yak, bloody 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 bloody, yakety 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 yakety.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Blah blah blah. Ah, yes. Where were we? I think we were discussing...
I'd like to sing, if I may.
Is that wise?
Howling at that drippy old hunk of moon.
Whoa! Careful there, Tiger. That was wonderful. I'm so moved I almost don't have a long hectoring screed in me. Oh no, wait! There it is! Thank goodness! Self-referential songwriting is a dangerously blah 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 yak 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 yak. Blah 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 yak 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 yak. Ah, yes. Where were we? I think we were discussing...
There's more.
What's that?
There are.
You're joking. Who?
Bessie Bovine, our co-star on Midtown Cowboys.
Oh my! Audience, shall we bring her back out again?
At the risk of making the obvious comment, that was shocking. Is she breathing?
A little, but the creepy teddy bear is toast.
Nuts. I wanted to ask it a few questions, and maybe use it to hypnotize Katie Couric.
Another glorious dream bangs its chin on the dirty pavement. On the bright side, the audience is free to go home.
Oh, I was just getting warmed up. Do you think Myra will have us back on the show again soon?
Speaking of unlikely, did you notice we just had 2 cases in a row involving hypnotic mind control?
Complete coincidence?
Yes, I think so. The cogs of the universe synchronize in ways we're not meant to see.
Speaking of things we're not meant to see, there's a new restaurant at the zoo where you can eat what they feed the animals.
Empty popcorn cartons and cigarette butts?
And processed bread logs loaded with tranquilizers and antidepressants.
Bread logs make me logy. Let's head back to the cooking show set and see if we can figure out how to make fried pork rinds.
Okay, but I get the feet.